Hello everybody, welcome to patch 7.2 notes for League of Legends. Greetings Summoner, welcome to 7.2. I just said that. You're gonna tell me that these patch notes are word for word everything that I'm about to say? What if I scroll down and there's a big script for the entire video? Wouldn't that be a blasty blast of fun? Okay, GLHF, thank you very much my friend. Warwick the Uncaged Wrath of Zon will be updated with the launch of patch 7.2! Exclamation point! Gosh dang it, I've never exclaimed anything so hard in my life before. It's amazing in a variety of different ways. Our ratio is up. Whose ratio? Who is, we have a ratio, our ratio is up. Curious indeed, my friend. The ability power has gone from 0.25 to 0.35. That is immaculate in a variety of different ways. You will now see Akali in every game, in every role. They are removing every other champion. Be prepared for Akali and Akali and Akali and Akali and Akali versus Akali and Akali and Akali and Akali and Akali. The Akali comp is coming back strong. Darius, the passive is damage is reduced on early levels. Q damage is also reduced when hit by the handle. Curious indeed. So this is basically going to make Darius's early game a little bit weaker. And you know what? I'm a-okay with that because last time I went into lane with the Darius, I had to go. And I never returned. Go where and leave from where? These answers don't even matter. It does not matter at all, and that is it. Gragas armor is increased, heal on the passive is increased. These are very, very crazy changes, and when I say crazy, I do mean they bring a lot of depth and passion, and how you say, je ne sais pas, it is impossible. There is no word that can quite match this. Let me explain. Armor goes up from 26 to 29. This essentially means that from physical damage, he will take just a little bit less of it when the physical damage that hits him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. His passive is Happy Hour. They have named his passive Happy Hour. Both words start with the letter H. That is synergy that you don't quite see on every champion kit, now do you? Just look at Graves' E. It's called Quick Draw. That's a capital Q, and it's only one word. Quite remarkable now that you think about it that way. Katarina's E ratio is down. That is quite good considering the last time I went in lane against the Katarina, I had a flashback to the last time I went in lane against the Darius. So we should be good to go, and we should be good to continue reading the patch. Lulu's passive damage is up, and her Q mana cost is reduced. These are exquisite changes. Essentially, Lulu's passive is now going to do more, and Lulu's Q is now going to be less mana expensive, as they say. You know, does that make sense? Is everyone on the same page here? Am I explaining everything perfectly and not just saying exactly what it says here, word for word, damage for damage, book for book, and buff for buff? I'm working on new laughs. You'll have to let me know down in the comments if you think I should keep that one, okay? If we could do that, if our communication is good together, then I think we're going to be in for quite a nice friendship here, as they say. Master Yi, double strike no longer fizzles if the first hit kills a unit. Meditate pauses E and R durations and stacks double strike. These are essentially things that change Master Yi. Nidalee, base health and human E's heal is up. Human W now functions like wards. So essentially what this is doing, this is prepping for when Riot officially takes over humankind as a whole. So they're slowly transitioning between champions that have abilities in the game and people, you know, humans that have abilities in real life. And so this is like a medical plan that Riot is working on for when Riot owns the world, and they're getting close, dude. So give it a year, give it a month, give it a week, give it an hour, give it a minute, give it a everyone just left, and that's okay. Yasuo's E damage is down, but it now has an AD ratio. Curious indeed. What I do suspect this might do is it might make Yasuo's max Q rather than E. The reasoning behind this is that E will no longer do as much damage early on. So what's the point of maxing it early when now it does less damage? It gives incentive to max Q because E is now a less damaging option, making Q a little bit higher in comparison and a little bit more sought after. So we should see some more Q max on Yasuo. Indeed, oh my friend. And indeed, you can see that the damage from rank 1 goes from 70 down to 60, but at rank 5, from 150 down to 100. That is a significant change, and I suspect we might just be seeing a little bit more Q-Max Yasuos now. Curious indeed. Lethality's base effectiveness is up. Essentially what this means is that the direction in which the base effectiveness of the stat of lethality goes is not in the downward direction. Curious indeed. This change is truly stirring up the metagame. The metagame. The meta. Duskblade of Drakthar. Curious indeed. Damage after having not been seen increased from 50 to 75. This is essentially making this item a must-buy on every champion, turret, and etc. Jungle monsters are going to have this item. The trees in the jungle are going to buy this item. Every drop of water in the river is going to... Well, they're not going to buy this item because they do not have gold gain, but everything else I've mentioned does, and you can guarantee that every single tree every leaf on the tree, every smidge of atom in every... Okay. Edge of Night. The Edge of Night is going to buy the Duskblade. That's essentially the change they made with this. I do like the active cooldown being reduced though, because I was finding myself using the active and not being able to make something happen with it, and then I would wait 45 seconds, which seemed to be, give or take, 15 seconds too long, to be quite frank with you. Oh, check it out! The change! I didn't even read this. They reduced it by 15 seconds. I cannot believe that. That is amazing. Oh man, it's so amazing when the patch note matched up exactly with how I was feeling about the item. I cannot believe how things worked out that way. That is amazing. Holy macaroni and cheese. Holy macaroni and cheese, my friend. The Hex Tech Gunblade has active damage reduced at its early levels. This is, I'm guessing, a nerf to Katarina, as they say. Some Katarinas would like to purchase this item as one of their early items, and indeed, getting an early item means you're at early levels, and being at early levels means you will do less damage with it. So you know what? We might see some Katarinas buying it later on, but we're not going to see any Katarinas one-shotting to oblivion everybody like I once saw in a movie one day in 1982 in the Great Katarina Movie Famine of 1981. It was truly remarkable. The redemption health is down, heal lower at lower levels, and mana regeneration is up. These are changes to an item in League of Legends. I would not be surprised if the item was still the most bought item in the world, not just in the game, in the world. Go to your grocery store right now. You'll see a stack of oranges, perhaps, and next to that, you'll see a bigger stack of redemptions. It's actually kind of crazy when you think about it. Knight's Vow, the cost is down. It rhymes, so you know it's going to be bought. It's as simple as, well, it almost rhymes, so you know it's going to be almost purchased. So, you know, vow and down, you know. Eye of the Equinox, the cost is increased and cooldown reduction is added. These are changes to an item, much like the changes to Ardent Censer, Chalice of Harmony, and Jungle Tuning. You see a lot of changes about the jungle these days, and a lot of them have great impact on the flow of the game. As we all know, the jungle is the most wild card of a role within the game. You kind of understand how all the laners work, but the jungle can make things happen at will, and that is a large amount of power. So any small change to a large amount of power is still a significant change, which means we really got to go in depth about these jungle tuning changes. You will notice that the jungle monsters spawn 3 seconds later. What this means is that the jungle has been changed. You will also see the Gromp and the Ancient Krug have been listed with the honey fruit. You will see that the Rift Scuddler is written in bigger font. As for masteries, the Courage of the Colossus mastery is getting nerfed. Don't even have to read it. Just as long as it's getting nerfed, we should be good to go, my friend. We should be good to go. The Ghost Summoner spell takes time to ramp up to its maximum movement speed. That's pretty good. I was getting really sick of how strong Ghost was. You know, a lot of people were running it. I was seeing it swapped out for Flash. Just kidding, everybody. Everyone uses Flash on both Summoner keys. Flash is It's something. I have a personal problem with Flash because it's so insanely overused that it's almost written in the stars at this point. I don't know, there's something going on there, matey, and I'm not quite sure what it is. The revealed indicator is a thing that is coming to League of Legends. The League client update, they are updating the League of Legends client, and this is a picture, and this is a word of text, a line of text, and a whole paragraph indeed is highlighted. Guess what? It is surrounded by quote marks. Yes, you see that right there? That, I mean, it is amazing. And, oh, I completely forgot. In patch 7.1 notes review, I went through all of this stuff like I've done here, and then finally got to the notable fixes. I should have really just skipped here at the start, okay? Everything that we've read so far does not matter at all. They are not notable fixes. Here we go though, the notable fixes in League of Legends. The stat icons on rune pages have been replaced with text for improved clarity. They have improved the clarity summoner spell. That is what this means. Later in the patch, we're aiming to fix a bug that highlights club messages as unread even when you've read them. This is essentially going to improve clarity as well. Clarity is making a comeback. Everyone is going to love how much mana they have. Instructions have been added for how to fill runes to speed up rune page building. This is essentially a change to autofill, you know, but it's like an autofill for runes. They're bringing autofill to every aspect of League of Legends because they understand how much people enjoy the autofill mechanic. Improvements have been made that should allow streamers to use the windowed capture mode in popular streaming software. This is essentially bringing autofill into streaming. And it's really going to revolutionize the streaming and autofill combined experience. Curious indeed. My friend. Highlights video recording settings. This is actually interesting. I might have to read this because, uh-oh, I make video recordings. Oh my goodness. But am I gonna read it now? Meh. Or will I? I'm not going to. How's that for an executive decision? I'm making the video here. I do what I want. Rotating game modes. This is about game modes, and it's about how they rotate. You know, you move from one game mode to another, then return to the first one and go back and forth, almost in a circular pattern, and people start to assigning words to it, like you can accurately describe what it means for a game mode to move in a pattern like that. You cannot do it. This is not even a word. Rotate? How about this? Potate, dude, you get what I'm saying? I could make a potato farm, but that doesn't mean that I've made a game mode. That's what I get from this. Q health update. What does this update mean? You can click on this and you will see something, but what will I see? I'm down to click. Okay, I clicked on it. Ranked solo duo queue, ranked flex. We will be removing the ability to queue up as 4 to reduce queue times. Oh wait, I have an idea. Remove the ability to queue up as 4, then as 3, then as 5, and then as 2. Holy cows! What is that? If only there was a word to describe what it would mean to be able to queue up as 1 in a queue filled with people queuing up as 1. Gosh! Oh man, imagine they had that, dude. That would truly revolutionize the industry, I tell you that much. And on that note, matey, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you learned something special today, and I will see you in the next video.